Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. Let's talk a little bit about staff. So, to begin with, staff is, I'd say, improved over Planet Coaster 1 and even Planet Zoo in that you have to deal with a staff schedule, which is both intimidating but also very powerful. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. And we'll just take one of my rides, for example. So here we have, it hasn't opened up again. So I put a new queue path. I do not know why. Let me see who I've got working there. He's there. So it might take a little bit longer before people find this entrance. Maybe that's too far away. I'm not really sure, but they were puddling around, piling up around the entrance, and so I decided to make a longer queue, which is what's going on over here. This was a pre-made coaster. I didn't do the queue. I did move it over to make room for the statue here, but they are queuing just fine. Unlike over here, where this is a mess. So I have to, I don't know if they're unhappy with it. No, they're excited. That person's excited, content. So, it tells you whether they're hungry or whether they want to buy something. And so this game is all about management. And you can learn a lot just by clicking on random people in the crowd and see what they're lacking, needing, etc. So, also side note, here's my power generator. It has distributor. It has a negative scenery score of 750. I actually put a empty building over the top of it and planted these bushes so you couldn't see it. The score did not change. So it's not necessarily that it's physically visible, but it's, I think, near. In fact, what I read online was when you put bushes around something, it actually draws your attention to it. But I can't get that score to change. It's negative 750 no matter what. So I'm going to work on that, as well as my bathroom. So before I talk about staff, I cannot get people to use the bathroom, period. It's clean. I've got someone who comes to take care of it, a janitor. No one's ever used it. And this is my third bathroom. I keep deleting them. And I'm thinking maybe people just aren't drinking enough. And so I'm going to experiment a little bit with more drink shops to see if that will cause the need. Also, I learned that if you want a second power generator, you can simply put it right next to the other one. Excuse me. This thing has a negative scenery score of negative 5,000. It's the worst. So, and I don't know, it's not really visible, but I'm going to also work on that. So I love this game that I have all these little things I want to work on. But let me share one thing real quick, side note. No matter what you try to do, looking for those power lines, what I was trying to do was connect my second generator to my first generator so they can work together. Because right now, I've got one power generator that's using 105, and I've got the other power generator. Well, let me say that again. There's 105 left. This first generator has none left. It's all used. Power used, 120. Second one, only 15. So I just barely needed a second generator, and you can keep adding on until you need them. But it's really, really not user-friendly trying to find, if you go to facilities and go to power, well, sorry, I already had it open. So when you're looking for facilities power, it's nowhere to be found. No matter what you do, it's not there. You literally have to create custom, which is really bizarre. So click on create custom, and it brings up all these different options, and one of which is a power cable. So if I just go over to utilities, here are all the options that I have, and I can either demolish a power cable or add a power cable. I couldn't find that for the life of me until I clicked on custom. Why would that be custom? It's a power line. It's anyway. So I just simply clicked on one and then the next, and it connected. So you're basically connecting these nodules, and as long as you have connected your generators to your distributors, so here's one distributor, and here's you have to run them to the well, I have doors that automatically open. I think if I didn't have those, I probably wouldn't need power at the entrance. But then I have this other power distributor is out here that's so visible. If you see these green squares, that just means open. It means nothing else. Just means that ride is open. Okay, so enough of that. Let's talk about staff. Got a long ways to go, that's for sure. As far as staff goes, definitely click on staff at the bottom. You can sort it by park services or entertainers, which I don't have yet, or all. So I'm just dealing with park services for now. So when you click one, it hires the person, and you can drop it into your park. So you literally click, and then he's there. He's at the end of my mouse. You zoom in, you can see him, and then I click, and it drops him or her in place. Now, I'm not going to do that. I have plenty. And then what's new is the staff schedule. But first, I want to show you staff zones. So at first, I didn't use zones, but I discovered that this is going to be much, much easier down the road. I got that experience from Planet Zoo, where I had zones around different parts of the park. So here I've got 3 zones. Zone 1 is the first zone you enter once you're in the park. I probably should have done it the other way around, but I did that first. So it is basically Main Street here with the food, drink, and souvenir shop, and the bathroom. And then the one ride that's on Main Street right now. I call this Main Street, just that straight stretch. And then the staff path that goes back here to the staff room, and this is a research workshop, and then the 2 power generators. So I can assign workers to that zone, and it's a lot faster. And then I have zone 2, which is right now these other 2 rides, and then I have zone 3, which is, I realized, probably do need to have a janitor go out there and sweep up and clean up the parking lot. So I did the whole parking lot. And this is the rating that people give it. I don't know if they're going to ever rate the entrance. It's too bad. It's a cool entrance, but they have rated, it's not even 1 star. So 0.050 for zone 1 and 0.1. So this is higher, zone 2, but it does have 2 rides. So what that's based on, I don't really know. It's probably a combination of everything, which is scenery and the rides, etc. Right? So if you want to create a new staff zone, you simply click on Create New. It makes a new color every time, which is cool, or you can custom select. And also down here, this is just an icon, which I don't think is necessary, but if you wanted to have a zone that was just roller coasters, just water park, you could. So that's the point of that. And what I love about this is you literally, I don't want to make a new one, so let me just edit this one, edit zone. What I love about this, in Planet Zoo, you had to kind of like drag your mouse in square areas. It was difficult. This, you literally just paint. So super easy. You can just paint in the area and hit done, and you're good. So I love that. Now let's talk about the schedule, because this is really the meat and potatoes about this whole thing. And you end up, this is a small park, and you're the manager of the whole place, and so your job is to deal with this, is to hire, fire, and schedule, which is kind of crazy. So by the way, if you don't have staff zones, just click this on work status, and it shows you what they're doing, whether they're working, researching, on break, etc. So it's kind of good to see that as well, especially these breaks. You want to make sure that the breaks that every ride is covered. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's keep it on that. I think that's really handy. So what I did is I just searched by building name. So let's choose the upswing. That is the Viking ship that swings. So I only had one worker, and he. By the way, before when you hire a worker and just drop them on the ground, they will just start looking for work. They'll just walk around looking for work, and after a while, they get discouraged and they get unhappy, and they probably quit eventually. So I made sure that I went into this Hamid Harper, and I clicked on, this is 8 o'clock. This is his schedule, 8 to basically 8. So I wish I could change that. Maybe I can, from military time to normal time. So 12 p.m., 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7, I guess. So 8 to 7. So this is his schedule from 8 to 9. So at 8 o'clock, I want him to be working. So that's this. Over here is break. But this is work and how much he makes, and his work type is default. If you click on advanced settings, this is where I can tell him to be in a zone. And honestly, I don't really need him to be in a zone, because what I did is I clicked on specific station, and then I want him to, and whatever you roll over will turn blue. Well, these guys already have 2 people, so there's no jobs available. This one there is, and that's probably why no one's riding it. So I need to assign Hamid Harper to that ride. So his name is Hamid Harper. I can either go find him, he's right here, or I can again search by the upswing. So Hamid Harper is working. I can look all the way across the clock here. He's attending, they call it, attending. He has a break at 11 o'clock, and then attending. He works all day. Now, this particular person, I brought on Tozen, because I needed someone to be at the upswing during Hamid's break. So he is, unfortunately, so here's the problem. Unfortunately, he's got nothing really else to do. He's available to work any ride, but he's pretty much walking around. I'm not sure what happened here. Oh, there, it just fixed it. So if I were to click on go find him, you will find Tozen right there. I'm surprised he actually is content, but he's getting paid to walk around. So he's not working. I mean, he works 1 hour a day. He covers for Hamid. He comes over here and he works the Viking ship. And by the way, Hamid should be right here, which he is. I wonder if still having problems with. Oh, he's gonna do some maintenance on that. I don't know why no one's riding it. So let me just check real quick. There's definitely, I'd say, some glitches where sometimes people just don't ride stuff. I've had to delete and reinstall a couple things, and I don't know. In this case, maybe it's this long, stupid thing that they don't want to deal with. So, but I'll come back to that. This is about schedules. So I have upswing covered all day long. So in the hours that it's open, 8 in the morning till 7 at night, right? And that is 7, isn't it? I thought it was 8 to 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think it goes 7 to 8. This is the 7th hour. So it closes at 8, I believe. I don't think I can scroll over. No. Closes at 8. So it's a 12-hour shift. He gets an hour off. And so it's important that you have that break, that shift covered, right? So we can do this for each of the rides first. So we have a ride called the Gulpy Giant 1, And we have Ariel, who is no, Lucio is my main guy. Lucio is working the Gulpy Giant 1 all day. He takes a break at 1 o'clock. And in that case, Ariel comes in and she works right there. Now you can see the problem is she's free the rest of the day to walk around. I've got to fix that. And then the other ride is Teacups 4. I don't know what this is. These errors. I've got to figure that out. Looks like when I click on them, they go away. Maybe I just haven't clicked on it. I have no idea. So Virginia is the main worker, and she works all day. She has a break at 11. And then Travis, not sure why that's red. I got to figure that out. See where Travis is. Travis is unhappy. That's why. Is that why? Or he's thirsty and he wants to buy something. He's a worker though, isn't he? No, that's not Travis. That makes 0 sense. Let's go back to let's figure this out together. Nope. We want to go to the teacups, and we were looking for Travis. Travis, where are you? Oh, right there. Travis. See what he's thinking. He's content. Look, he says content, but his projected morale tomorrow? Unhappy. Impact on morale? He has no break, it says, but come on, he walks all day long. So he's unscheduled. So you have to be careful. You have to keep these people happy as well. It's really quite interesting. And so if I'm looking at teacups, I've got those 2 people. The biggest thing is, first of all, let's make sure teacups will stay open all day. That's the main thing. Now I need to figure out what to do with staff. So I think the smart thing for me to do is have the workers take their breaks at 3 different times. I have 3 rides, 3 different times, and just have one person be the backup person, right? I don't need those other backups. So I need to go through and probably get rid of, I shouldn't have hired, but get rid of them and only use like Travis, for example, as the backup person. And eventually when I get 12 rides, Travis could be doing, that'd be a great job. He'd be on a different ride covering everybody's break. Plus he gets a break himself. So he'd have lunch like later or earlier in the morning or something, right? So that's what I'm working on, and that's really cool. It adds some dimension to the game for sure. And once you kind of figure that out, it's really fun, actually. That management part. Now, wait, do I have people on the ride? I don't know what's going on with this ride. I'll figure that out. And then the last thing I want to talk about before I go is to keep things interesting. So first of all, when you click on a person, if their needs are red, that means their needs are not being met. So you'll start to see people are hungry and they want to buy something. So I thought I was being brilliant by building one drink place, one food place, and one shopping place. Right? Well, if you zoom in and you click on the window, it'll tell you the top guest thoughts. 15% of the guests say, "Woo, Gulpy Soda Shop has drinks I can have." What do you mean you can have? Not that they like. 3% say, "I can't use Gulpy Soda Shop because all of its items contain ingredients I can't eat." So they've added like allergies into this game. So what that means is I can't solve all of my food and drink problems and shopping problems with this solution. It doesn't work because there will always be a population that can't eat pizza, for example. So click on pizza. 2% say they can't eat the pizza because there's ingredients they can't eat. And then what about shopping? I mean, come on, everybody can shop, right? So click on the shopping window. Let's get down a little bit here so I can click on the worker. 1% don't want a souvenir from just a memento right now. So, and only 6%, 7%, top thoughts are, it looks busy, I'll go somewhere else. So those are the top guest thoughts. So I need to branch out. That's the bottom line. You have to offer multiple options to keep these people happy. And once you have that window highlighted, if you look, this gives you a chance to look at everybody's thoughts at once that you can see. I guess not everybody's. There'd be too much stuff on the screen, but it gives you kind of a sample across the park. So let me see what this person says. I want to see if they use the bathroom. Will these people go to the bathroom? See, I don't think anybody has the need. Oh, there's the person right there. Let's see. This person has the need for bathroom. Let's see if they actually... No, see, they turn around. So there's something wrong with my bathroom. See if they... See, they turn around too. There's like a wall right there. And I've got to figure that out. So anyway, that's kind of a quick update on mostly staff issues and tricks. And look at that cube. Wow, man, they love that ride. Here's the last thing I was going to say. I didn't have very many people in my park, so I duplicated my buses, which each bus has a spawn point. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody come out of this one. But these two there's a spawn point inside each bus, and so they are coming off in my park. Literally all I did was highlight. That one doesn't seem to be working. Let me see if I can duplicate and make another one right here. Okay, let's see if anybody comes out of that. Might take a few minutes, but I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe you can only have 2. I don't know, but and see, no one's coming out of this one right now either. So. Anyway, just a side note. Lots of side notes in this game. So go play some... There they go. People are coming out of that second bus right there. Go play some Planet Coaster 2. It's super fun. I'll catch you next time around with more struggles and successes and fun times here at Planet Coaster. For now, though, Mr. Johns is out.